Yeah, this is test, powertrain test 14. We're going to go ahead and grade it. Let's go ahead and grade it right quick. All right. Which of the following components is not found in a 2003 Jeep Wrangler 4x4 with a 42 RLE transmission? Which one? Extension housing. Okay. Which of the following is not true about the PCV system on the 5.7 liter Hemi engine? Yeah, there you go. Number C, the PCV valve sealed by a single O-ring. That is not true. Okay, which of the following components is not found in the G288 transaxle? Which one? The stub shaft? You all know what a stub shaft is? While inspecting a pound RFE transmission that has been removed from a vehicle, you observed transmission fluid running down the front cover. Transmission fluid running down the front cover. Which of the following could be the cause? Any of the above. Pump housing porosity, inner pump cover seal leak, improperly sealed snap ring. Okay, how many discs are used for the overdrive clutch in a 4.8 RFE transmission mated to a Cummins 5.9 liter high output turbo diesel engine? That's going to be 6 in it. Technician A says the push rods for the intake valves in the 5.7 liter engine are longer than those for the exhaust valves. Technician B says that a passage in the push rod supplies oil to the roller lifters. Who is correct? That's B only. Incidentally, I'm going to be passing out written finals probably this afternoon, you know, so that you can start on those. But that doesn't mean that you just don't come to class for the next 2 weeks. You're supposed to. You need to come here and work on them and all that. And, I mean, usually when I pass out the written finals, they're open book anyway, and everybody ought to just stay home. I don't do that this time. You know. All right, you need to come over here and work on that because I may need some work done in the shop too. And if you want extra credit, you know what I'm saying. That's a good idea to come on. You're not the only guilty one, Willie. I mean, there's several. Usually if I've got 10 students and I pass out finals, I'll have 2 that show up the next day because everybody stays home to work on their finals. Of course, I usually get them turned in. Okay, let's see.
It's actually not like such a horrible idea because when you're at home, there's really not as much distractions here, so they probably get the test done faster.
Well, I figured at home you probably talk to yourself and get yourself distracted. All right. Now, you can actually find a place.
But I've never.
You can find a place here. I mean, you can do them in the electronics lab.
I've never actually taken my test on.
Yeah. Technician A says the push rods for the intake valves in a 5.7 engine are longer than those for the exhaust valves. Technician B says a passage in the push rod supplies oil to the roller lifter. Who's right about that? B is right about that. On the 2.4 liter naturally aspirated engine, what's a naturally aspirated engine?
Just regular.
One is not turbocharged, yeah. Okay, and you all understand what volumetric efficiency is, right? Anybody define volumetric efficiency? Volumetric efficiency. Like I told you, this engine over here, this 3 liter we got over here, if you could catch the air that goes through it when you turn the crankshaft 2 turns, you'd have 3 liters of air because that's a 3 liter engine. And that's in a perfect world. But see how that air has got to go in there and it's got to turn going through those passages and all that kind of stuff? It's not going to have 3 liters of air go through it every time the crankshaft turns 2 because of the turbulence and all that keeps it from all going through there. So if you are going to measure the volumetric efficiency of the engine, the manifold's got a lot to do with it, the shape and the runners and all that stuff, because they want every one of the cylinders to get an equal amount of everything, equal amount of fuel, an equal amount of air, an equal amount of EGR, and that kind of stuff. But it's only going to have, if it's got 60% volumetric efficiency, how many liters of air are you going to pump out in the back if it's running? What's 60% of 3 liters? 1.8 liters. You guys can't do the math on that? Come on now. All right. Yeah, so, but that's 1.8 liters of air. So what if you wanted to make it more than 100% volumetric efficiency? You would grab the air and you'd shove it down its throat just as hard as you could push it. That's superchargers, that's turbochargers. That raises the volumetric efficiency. It has you get a little V6 engine and you can jack it up to where it's got as much power and torque as, a bigger engine. That's how that works. All right, so on the 2.4 liter naturally aspirated engine, the crankshaft position sensor is located where?
The left rear of the engine block.
Everybody like that answer?
Yeah.
The left rear of the engine block sounds right to me. The input and annulus assembly is removed from the rear of the NV241 transfer case in a Ranger Rubicon.
True.
What? We got two different people here?
Hey,
That's actually
that's either one because that's
that is a falsie. That is false, false, false.
It's false because it comes off the front.
Yeah, there you go. Don't be no second-rate amateur now.
That's not true.
Which of the following components are used to enhance lubrication system performance in the 2.4-liter turbocharged engine?
You put T.
All of the above.
Adding abused. You put
Number
T.
10. When monitoring a CVI value with a DRB3 during a drive learn for a shift concern, stop the drive learn procedure when the appropriate CVI value does what? Yay! Everybody happy with that? All right, I tell you what, you guys are going to get you guys have done so good this morning that you need to get a prize.